Most people spend their life trying to become a better copy of someone else. They watch others. They compare timelines. They borrow goals, habits, even personalities. Slowly, without noticing, they stop asking one important question: what actually feels right for me? Creating your unique version doesn't start with standing out. It starts with stopping the need to fit in. There was a time when you were naturally yourself. Before you learned what was impressive, before you learned what gets approval, before you learned what success is supposed to look like. Over time, that version got quieter, not because it was wrong, but because it didn't match expectations. And expectations are loud. They tell you to move faster when your nature is slow. They tell you to speak louder when your strength is depth. They tell you to chase more when you actually need clarity. So you try to adjust. You push yourself into shapes that don't fit, then wonder why life feels heavy even when you're doing everything right. That weight is not failure. It's resistance, your inner self pushing back. Your unique version isn't built by adding more. It's built by removing what isn't yours. The habits you copied but never enjoyed. The goals that looked good but felt empty. The pressure to become someone impressive instead of someone honest. When you start listening inward, things slow down. You begin to move at a pace that matches your energy. You stop forcing intensity and start building consistency that feels natural. Progress becomes quieter, but stronger. This is where most people get confused. They think uniqueness is about being different on purpose. It's not. It's about being aligned. Aligned thoughts create calm decisions. Calm decisions create steady action. Steady action creates a life that actually fits you. Your version may not look exciting to everyone. It may not be fast. It may not be obvious. But it will be sustainable. And sustainability beats intensity every time. When you live as your unique version, comparison loses power. You stop feeling late because you're finally on your own timeline. You stop chasing validation because your life starts feeling internally complete. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to rush. You don't need to explain your pace. Your only responsibility is to keep becoming more you. Not louder, not harder, not more impressive. Just clearer. Because the moment you stop trying to become someone else, your energy returns. Your focus sharpens. Your discipline becomes effortless. And that's when something important happens. You don't just stand out. You feel right. And that feeling is the real success. Because success that depends on approval is fragile. It disappears the moment opinions change. But success that comes from alignment stays steady, even when no one is watching. Even when progress looks slow from the outside. When you live as your own version, you stop measuring your life with borrowed standards. You stop asking whether you're ahead or behind, because you finally understand that those words only make sense on someone else's path. Your path has a different rhythm, and once you accept that rhythm, life stops feeling like a race. You begin to notice something subtle. Your energy returns. Not the loud, excited kind, but the quiet kind that lasts all day. Decisions feel simpler. You don't overthink every move because you're no longer trying to impress an invisible audience. You're responding to what feels true. This doesn't mean life becomes easy. It means life becomes honest. You still work. You still struggle. You still grow. But now the effort feels clean. It's not mixed with resentment or comparison. It's just you, moving forward in a way that makes sense to you. Over time, this honesty compounds. People start to trust you, not because you're perfect, but because you're consistent. Opportunities align naturally, not because you chased them aggressively, but because your clarity made you visible in the right way. And perhaps the most important change happens quietly inside you. You stop abandoning yourself. You stop pushing your nature aside for speed. You stop silencing your instincts for acceptance. You stop treating your own pace as a problem. Instead, you protect it. You build around it. You let it guide your choices. That's what it means to create your unique version. Not a brand. Not a performance. A life that fits. And when a life fits, it doesn't exhaust you. It supports you. So if you ever feel lost again, don't look outward for answers. Look for alignment. Ask yourself whether the life you're building feels like yours. If it does, you're already succeeding, even if the results haven't arrived yet. Because real success isn't being admired. It's being at peace with the direction you're walking. And once you have that, nothing else really matters.